guessed what the most expensive pigeon
$250,000.
I literally don't even know what the question was.
Japan, $250,000.
What the most expensive pigeon ever sold was?
Was I wrong at $250K?
Yes.
Damn it. More?
Yes.
Oh, God.
1.2.
2.8 million.
It was a Homer, an original Homer.
1.9 million in Belgium.
Oh my gosh.
$9 million. There's
For
like
a pigeon.
Yeah, there's a cat in China that he probably got his money from like some super nefarious ways. But anyways, I think his flock is worth like well over, I think it was, what was it, like $300 million?
What?
Yeah.
Yen or US?
USD.
USD,
baby.
What the hell?
Yeah.
For what?
Racing pigeons.
That's it. Just racing them?
Yeah.
Because they're that good.
Yeah, I mean, you...
So if they breed, then their babies have the same homing
it's
instinct.
just like horse racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, how much money does racing pigeons bring in?
Well, like, you could win $1 million just in the straight up race. Like, if your pigeon wins, you win. But then there's all the Calcutta.
Not in America, though.
Not that kind of money. You can do... I mean, there's some...
A couple $100,000 is what I've heard in America.
I had a guy that...
What is this subculture of pigeons?
Dude, there is a whole culture. It's not a subculture. It's a culture.
The guy I got...
You can bet on them at Mystic, Cal.
Pigeons.
Oh, shit. I didn't...
Like,
What?
Minnesota,
At Mystic Lake?
Minnesota's a big hub
Shut
for racing.
the fuck up.
Are you recording?
Yeah,
Please?
oh yeah, we're
Okay.
recording. We
So-
started.
Yeah, so semi-trailers, you know what I'm talking about. They have 1,500 pigeons in these semis. And they go all the way down to Texas. And they go beep, and all these doors open up and these pigeons go whoo, 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 and just head straight north. And then on my lanyard how I have that green pigeon band?
Yeah.
It was double banded. That's what tells you when they get back to the coop.
Yeah, it's an antenna. So you have a band like your coop band, which is it tells you the country, and then it gives you the club. So then if somebody finds a pigeon, you can get it back. But then they put antennas on them specifically for that race. And as soon as they cross the threshold into the coop, that's when it says like, yep. And obviously, I mean, there's a bunch of different races. There's 100-mile races all the way up to that,
Texas to Minnesota.
500, 600, 700, 1,000-mile races. And
I'm 100% mind blown.
yeah, and it's all its average speed, right? Because they're all flying back to their own coop. So it's the fastest average speed.
And then it's just betting, or is it like?
I mean, you can win. It's like, depending on the race, it's $200 a bird. If it's a lower level one, it's it might be $25 a bird.
Sure.
Could be $1,000 a bird in the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh, so it's just a buy-in winner take all situation.
yeah, but then like
much.
there's the bigger stuff. There's like side betting in Calcuttas and so $1 million that you win for winning the race. Like you could make 3, 4, 5x that on the side bets. It's just like horse racing, but not as interesting to watch.
You must not have been there for the podcast we did with Johnson, like one of the first we did with Nick, because he's a huge pigeon hunter, and I just pigeon hunted with him on Saturday. Killed the shit out of him. Killed 108 in like under 3 hours. It was incredible. Yeah. And
did he talk about this?
What's that?
Did he talk about this?
About pigeon races?
Did Nick talk about it? Yeah.
Way back when.
Yeah.
And he said some guy was really angry because he had a pigeon that was worth $250,000 that got shot.
Oh yeah. That'd piss me off bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be pissed off if my pigeons got shot.
Yeah. You have pigeons?
Yeah. I got pigeons.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
To train your dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you race them, obviously.
No, I don't race them.
Damn it.
Do you band them?
Yeah. Oh, they are. Yeah. I band them when they're little. You band them when they're like a few days old.
I always wondered how they get them on there. Yeah. You have to cut their feet off to get them on.
I think that's one way. They wouldn't stay on very well.
Well, yeah.
You should just cinch them up tight. There's not a lot of feeling down there anymore.
It's one way. I mean, that's one way to do it. I've never seen that, but
yeah.
What, to cut the
to do it? Yeah, to cut the.
No, I've never seen that.
Well, when they're dead, obviously to take the band off. Not to put them on.
You're talking to put it on.
So did I, bro.
Wait, so do I just glue this back
that's what I was
on?
thinking. I was like, that's a really damn dumb idea, Joey.
Yo, I legit thought you were like, well, I mean, you could get them and then just cut the foot off and put the band. Like, that's for sure what I thought you were saying.
Me too.
Not only do I study bird law, I'm a bird surgeon.
Yeah. No, we'll just call Peeps, dude. He'll know all the laws. Did you hear our episode with Peeps the Goose?
No. Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah,
That
with
was-
Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's wild,
I
man.
remember seeing it on Instagram or whatever, and it like, you're swiping, all of a sudden a double take. It's like, what the hell is that?
Dude, so many people were like, was that a real goose in your basement? I
Yeah.
was like, yes.
It was nuts.
That was so cool.
His
Freaked
daughter
out to
lost
Miley
her
Cyrus.
mind.
Oh, yeah.
How did that, did he?
How did that happen?
Was it in a kennel? Like, or was it
No,
just,
he
bro.
He brought in like a Rubbermaid tote
Yes.
with holes in the top.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's me. I wonder if he has like bad days.
The goose?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
I'm
He's a bird.
sure.
He's a bird.
Where you could just like piss him off. He'd start bite. I wish you.
Oh,
would.
yeah. No, he said, he's like, it depends on the situation. If he gets too fired up, like, start, shitting and nipping. And
How do you fire him? Like,
how do you fire a
gotta have
goose
him,
up?
You gotta have him on again.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have him on again.
No,
Yeah.
here's what we're going to do. So have you seen his videos? He goes out on Prior Lake. He has like 5 geese.
Yeah.
Goes out on Prior Lake with his jet ski.
Yep.
And he's the front of the V.
Yeah, it's like fly
And
away
they
home.
literally-
and he's like doing
literally.
this as they're flying. So he's like, yeah, we can go flying with the geese if you want to. I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
He's like, would you want to do that? I'm like, say less.
Has he ever flown with him? Like, I remember the movie Flyways.
Oh, yeah. Totally, man.
Someone just told me about this, and I'm like, no, I've never
don't-
seen it.
Oh, it's a great.
It's a great movie. It's cool.
It's like a real tearjerker.
Yeah, a little bit.
But then it comes around.
Yeah.
But that
It's
was
a migration before migration.
Did you see
the
that
new
movie?
kids movie? Did you see that? Yeah.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
it's,
it was
it's a
good.
kids movie.
Yeah.
But it was.
Why
good.
did you see it?
Why did I say what?
Why did you see the movie?
Because I thought it'd be fun to see.
Do you have kids that
Yeah.
can enjoy the movie?
I don't have kids that can enjoy the movie.
And you still went and saw it?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
watch kids movies.
All right.
I also watched it.
Wow. So I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for
Do you not?
seeing the movie?
Do you not
Migration?
like Disney or kids movies ever?
I don't watch any new ones.
So you haven't
No,
seen
there,
like
there was a
Moana
time
or-
I saw Moana.
I never saw that one.
I saw Moana just because of Matt and Megan and how many
Sure.
times I watched it with their kids.
or like
No, I watched Moana with my niece and nephew. Yep.
or like Coco.
No,
What's
I never
that?
saw
No,
that.
didn't see that.
Oh, do you watch Cocomelon?
No, absolutely not. I have no idea what that is actually.
Yes.
And you watch Cocomelon.
Yes. I do.
You love Coco Melon.
Doing that and like Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel. Nice. I
Big
don't know that one yet.
That's a good one.
Whole lot
Louis?
of controversy with her right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Not supporting the war, blah, 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 whatever. It's like,
Donating to both sides, and everyone's calling her what's that called?
Uh-oh.
What's that called?
I don't know, dude.
An enabler.
oh, yeah.
She's
I'm sure.
enabling the war because she's supporting both sides
Yeah,
or something
it's-
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just people are nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
she's got a YouTube channel for kids. Just leave her alone.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
we've been watching a lot of Frozen.
Okay.
Starting at the 32-minute
Yeah.
mark with Let It Go, and then we watch that, and sometimes we make it through Let It Go, sometimes we don't. So,
So you got that marker dialed in, bro.
oh yeah, it's like, yeah,
You know
like,
what they want to see.
It's like she's got an Elsa doll,
Yep.
and she'll just start screaming "Let It Go," and then it's like, okay, she wants to watch
For
Let It Go.
sure. That's absolutely what she wants.
Mine's hooked, and I mean, I cannot explain it to you enough how hooked on Baby Shark.
Oh,
You want Baby Shark? Baby Shark? Mommy Shark, do 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 do. Screams
That's insane.
it. Screams it, bro.
It's insane. Who could ever sit down and be like, you know what will really get the kids fired up? I'll sing a song, Baby Shark, and then it's just that over and
It's
over
the most
again.
played video on YouTube.
That's insane to think about.
wow.
That's crazy, man.
It's got like 41 billion views.
Yeah, my boss always comes to work and he's got, kids, and he's always got like some stupid new video. And they're the dumbest videos I've ever seen in my life. But for some reason they have, 150 million views.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's one that's just a poop song. It's just, the whole thing's just says poop. That's the only word said. That's big time, by the way.
Wow. Wow.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, the internet is just a fucked up place.
You know, but
Just
the thing is,
melts
I'm
your
always
mind.
like, God, that guy's probably super rich, and
Right? That YouTube monetization.
we're still grinding, bro.
Yeah, right?
I'm saying?
Yeah. I've got
Grinding
a great
poop.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe we just have to come up with a kid song, Joey.
You know, one of my best friends, Ben Adler, he is not a kid. He's our age.
Mm-hmm.
And we're remodeling his
That's good to know.
bathroom. I'm learning how to remodel a bathroom with him. He goes, oh, dude, you have to listen to this artist. It's so funny. The only thing that he says in the song is, poop in my fingernail, poop in my fingernails. And he is crying, laughing, this guy. And he goes, okay, next song. Keys, 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 keys. And he just sings keys. I'm like, what the fuck are we listening to, man?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
too
dude.
much.
Remember early YouTube when it was like, remember shoes? Shoes. Let's get some shoes. Remember that one?
Harry Potter Puppet Pals?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a classic.
Remember the waffle fries video?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Homestar Runner.
I don't remember that one. What about
That was great.
strong bad.
and there was old Greg.
Old Greg.
Oh, yeah.
I'm old
I'll never
Greg.
forget that one.
That one still comes up on like a monthly basis in my life somehow.
Could you learn to love me? Holy shit.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
guys, we got Ben Brettingen on. We didn't really have a nice intro here.
Right.
So I'm just going to do a soft Bienvenidos a la Midwest Flyways podcast. I am your host, Joey Vasallo. I have a Ben Brettingen here, and I have a Cal Ness, and I also have a Quabi Cotto sitting over there in the corner without the camera.
There you go. You really did a soft intro. Carter, you want to play some intro music?
Normally I scream it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
For sure.
And you're representing Onyx Maps and Onyx Fish. That is the exciting new app.
Yep. We're live and we're up and rolling.
I used
man.
it this summer.
Did you?
It's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Like this summer's over. You said that like the summer's over.
Yeah, I've used it this summer.
Yeah, the summer is over. It's past the 4th of July. Summer is officially over in my mind.
It's sad.
Yeah, so.
It's sad. It's cool and sad at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Kind of.
You're older. It goes too fast. But
Yeah. No doubt.
You know what sucks? You remember when we were younger and there was just like always people going out on a boat and you could
Yeah,
just get
oh,
on
yeah.
someone's boat?
No
That's
doubt.
not coming around anymore. It's not happening as much.
no.
You just have to go on your own boat now.
Yeah, and that's just like, oh, it's Tuesday afternoon. What are you doing? Oh, I'm working. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Working. Like, yeah, no, you don't go out and like,
Yeah.
That's
Remember
not
when
like-
Tuesday afternoon was the perfect day to go on the boat?
yeah, let's go on the boat and get drunk.
For sure.
Yeah, let's go drink some beer, maybe throw a fishing line.
Right? Let's go. Let's bring that back.
Yeah. Those were the days, dude.
Let's go to the sandbar, dude.
You know, I think the thing is too that sucks now is like you said, Joe, you need someone with a boat. But like if you only have a fishing boat, it's hard to be like two boat guy. And then you're like, well, I just wish that there was still that buddy that was like, I'm going out on my wakeboarding boat tomorrow. Because every once in a while you just want to go on a wakeboard boat,
Yeah.
do a little wake surfing.
Yeah, I wasn't built for board sports.
No,
Never got in. I was more of like skiing, rollerblading.
yeah, 2 feet moving forward at the same
Yeah,
time.
like
sort
I
of
was
situation.
like, probably like mid-thigh White Sox rollerblading guy, not like the
Totally.
DC or Etnies type ski
Okay.
board guy. So,
Yeah.
But you wore them, though.
oh, of course, everyone. Had
Well,
them.
yeah, everyone had
you
them.
wore 'em.
Obviously,
What were your did you guys have them
I had Etnies
Etnies?
for sure.
Same.
Etnies.
I had DC.
DCs.
Yep.
I think it's
DCs.
DCs.
I had a pair of Fallen.
Fallens. I had Fallens.
Those were dope.
Those were dope as hell.
Remember like the 2 Fs?
Yep.
And then I don't think they made shoes, but I was just reminding me, like, what was it? World Industries. The
World
guy with the
Industries?
flame. That was like one of the
Holy
OGs.
shit.
They
like,
had
yeah.
like the crazy smiley face
it's like a
stickers.
fireball
Yep.
with a
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Thrasher.
that was badass.
Thrasher
Spitfire.
t-shirts. Spitfire. Spitfire was hard. Yeah.
Did you ever-
Volcom?
Volcom, yeah.
And
Volcom
Hurley.
is still hitting.
Oh, Volcom and Hurley are still hitting.
You want to hear a funny one that is
Yeah.
slightly on topic that is miraculously come back from the dead is Abercrombie and Fitch.
Right.
Oh,
Did you
with
see
a
that?
passion.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to a journal, like the Wall Street Journal episode on it. Because like that started obviously as a hunting brand, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then they had the CEO, the whole like
oh, yeah.
when we were
Change things
kids.
up. Remember when they said they didn't like fat people wearing their clothes?
Yeah. a bold move, Cotton.
Dude, they literally asked that guy, they were like, how come, your 2XL is like more the size of like a large or an XL? And he was like, well, our clothes aren't made for big people. Literally what he said.
He might have even just said fat people.
Yeah, he might have. And you know what? He meant it. He meant it so hard.
And that's when Lizzo got fired up. She's like,
no,
you
this
know
was
what?
way pre-Lizzo.
No, but she
don't
was
know.
a kid. She was a kid, and she's like, you know what? You know what, dude? I'm gonna get really good at singing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna say like I'm gonna lose a lot of weight. No.
Yeah, no.
She's like, I'm gonna eat more cupcakes.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben. Sorry to
No.
interrupt you.
That's. I mean, it just was like reminiscent brands of our childhood.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Oh, Hollister.
Yep.
That was a big one.
You remember walking into those stores and just not being able to smell for 2 hours
Right.
after
For
that?
sure.
You
Just-
can't hear like, Mom, I want these jeans, Mom. Mom.
Well, back in my day, we didn't buy things with rips in them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
holes,
exactly.
dude, holes. Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the big thing too. Yeah, holy jeans. And then I remember my dad being like, I could have ripped some Walmart jeans up for free for you.
Well, now you look at it, it's like, now I'm thinking like that's how you maybe are old. It's like, yeah,
Totally.
I could take a belt sander to that in a hurry and
100%, dude.
Thing.
100%. Yeah, no, I legitimately had pairs of jeans that I was like, these would be cooler if they had holes in them. And my dad legit like cut holes in them and
Hell
frayed
yeah.
the edges. And
Yeah.
oh yeah, he was like,
And we
"This
could
is
tell.
cheap.
We can tell your dad did them.
Well, I was cool, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it, man.
That's how you got those bumps on your knees.
Yeah. I the old, yeah, my kneecap situation. It's bad.
What's that? Is that Osgood Slaughters?
Osgood Schlatter. Remember kids had that? Remember when dude
I apologize if I had that. I like it, like I have heard that.
Osgood Schlatter.
That is a
That's such a throwback,
that's
dude.
a great pull there.
Such a good throwback, bro.
Dude, that's a Nick Parkhurst and a Paul Berquist right there. We had two kids from our high school so good at basketball, and then randomly they'd be like, dude, my Osgood Slaughter's disease. And you just see like a golf ball on their elbow. It's like,
Yo.
what is that, dude?
This is a really funny story. Actually, one time, me and Joey played basketball with all these dudes, and like this is just making me think of like kids getting like weird injuries and like weird diseases and stuff. And this one time, me and Joey were chilling all weekend, and he had a hot tub at his house, and the water for sure hadn't been changed in like
Oh, no.
a millennium. So, dude, we go in there. It's like a Sunday. I go home. Monday morning, I wake up, look in the mirror. I literally have chicken pox. Like, so bad,
It
dude.
looked like you had like acne from
Yeah,
hell.
everywhere.
But in every pore.
Yeah. So I called Joey. I'm like, hey, man, this isn't good.
Have you looked at yourself today?
Like, have
That's
you
what he
looked
said.
at yourself today? He's like, no. He's like, I'm probably fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go look in the mirror. And I didn't know if he would actually have it, but he looked in the mirror and he's like, holy shit, dude.
We're sick.
we had hot
What
tub
happened?
folliculitis, bro.
It's a thing.
Craziest thing ever. Like, how do kids get all this shit that you've never heard of?
Oh yeah. Now like we're getting like you'll get into it here pretty soon of all like the weird shit kids constantly get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, my kid got the croup.
Croup,
Got
dude.
the black lung pop.
Seriously. I was like, we need to go to the ER. And then called my sister-in-law as a nurse. She's like, there's really nothing they're going to do. I was like, it sounds like she's dying. She's having trouble breathing. She's like, well, I'm like, oh my God. I thought the croup was like from the medieval times.
Yeah. When you said it to me, I thought it was a made up thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were making it up.
It's not good.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Anyway.
So how is the hot tub HA?
No, it was great.
Oh.
It was a little itchy.
It was very itchy.
It was a little itchy, but we
the
couldn't go to school.
The kids thought we came back and we still kind of had it.
Yeah.
And kids really like playing basketball and stuff. They didn't really want to be anywhere near us.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a different dynamic for a few days back
Oh,
at
you're
school.
probably really good at basketball then.
Oh, yeah.
During, like that short window.
Yeah, nobody in my face. Like defense laid way off. I remember though that every single person that me and Joey talked to, every person, we had to like explain what happened with
It
our
was
bodies.
that bad.
Oh yeah, no, it was like walk up on me, and one day I had no acne, and then the next day I had acne everywhere on my body.
It was so gross.
Yeah, people are like, dude, what happened to you? You know, kids are just brutal. They're like, God,
Yeah,
you look
right.
like shit.
Yeah.
But what was really cool is that we talked to our parents and we're like, hey, we can't go to school. we need to do this homework. We might as well hang out and do the homework together. And they actually let us do it.
They did, yeah.
It was dope.
There you go.
We did no homework, unfortunately.
Zero fucking homework.
So what? I mean, this might be a little forward here, but what diseases can we contract here so we don't have to go to work?
Mono.
It depends how like not all of them are contagious, but you could be like fucked up enough that you can't go to work.
Yeah, like HIV.
That'd be be pretty bad.
I kept myself from saying that.
Yeah, that would suck. You'd have to make some serious changes.
Hey,
Okay, are you positive?
I think you can fix that.
HIV positive?
Yep.
Oh,
Fuck.
well.
All right.
That is a nice little word.
This podcast is also brought to you, by the way, by First Light. And First Light has a ton of sick products that they've come out with. Ben, I know you've tried a bunch of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they are the king of base layers. So they're wool. Joey, what's your favorite product you used this past year?
I really like the bibs quite a bit. I mean, the rugged wool is pretty slick, but you already said that. So
Pick a different one.
So picking the products that we can talk about, I'd say the bibs.
Yes.
Bibs are pretty tits.
They are sick. So go to firstlight.com, check them out. Ben approves.
Yep.
Ben, dude, did you know that we're actually helping the waterfowl line get better?
Nice. Yeah. I didn't. We talked about that a bit. That's
Stoked. That's like my favorite part.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, just getting a chance to be like, hey, we can make these little changes and they'd be way better.
Hell yeah.
Stoked.
They don't listen to all of them.
Well,
that's true.
Especially the
nor
ones
probably
Joey
should
says.
they listen to all of them.
No, 100% not.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I had a couple of questions I thought about, like things that I wanted to kind of ask you that would be super interesting to me. I think they'll be interesting to other people as well.
So not.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go for it anyway, since that's what I wrote down. Yeah. So who would you say was your biggest mentor in hunting and then in work life, like professionally?
Yeah. I mean, it's
because you're very good at both. You're
nah.
good at your job and you kill a lot of birds.
I that's just from doing it, going out and doing it a lot. But yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's probably the cliche answer is just my dad, right?
Yeah.
Because I was probably like you guys as a kid, just absolutely completely obsessed with hunting. It's all I wanted to do. Come home, I can whittle on stuff, blowing duck calls.
Big whittler.
Yeah.
Dude, I was a whittler too.
I was too. That's how I cut my hand. Got my first stitches that way.
Oh man,
pretty sick.
You got the scar still?
Actually, my hand and one time. Yep. See that scar right there? Straight in.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
But anyways, yeah. So I mean, he was the one that really allowed me to like just go out and actually do it. It's one thing if you would love to do it, but then never get the chance to do it. So yeah, I mean, we would go. A lot of it was a lot of duck hunting just because as a kid, that was my number one thing I loved. We had a dog, we had a short hair growing up, so he'd take me and my brother out pheasant hunting, deer hunting, the whole gamut. So
what was he like primarily? What was his thing before he started taking you guys out? Was he like a big deer hunter, a big duck guy, or?
I would say he probably duck hunted the most.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nothing like super hardcore, but
yeah, of the things he did, that was.
I mean, yeah, and he was just a, multi-species hunter, right?
Outdoorsman.
I mean, go deer hunt, go duck hunt,
fishing,
bird hunt, fished a ton. So yeah. I mean that I can't think of a better one than that.
Do you have like a fun memory where you were like, oh man, when we went on this trip, I was like really hooked at like I just knew I always wanted to do something with hunting or.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid. There's photos of me running around in a swimsuit with a fake lever action gun and a duck call in my mouth, right? Before I can even remember that type of stuff. So it was, I can't say, I don't even know if I could recall when I was exactly like, I am hooked. Because I mean, it was ingrained
it's like
in
a fabric of your life.
Yeah, I mean, you go out in the backyard and take your fake gun and go hunt imaginary deer and shoot imaginary ducks and that kind of stuff. But, I mean, we used to, back in the day, Waconia was a lot smaller. It was probably like 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Where now it's 20,000 people, and we could take a 4-wheeler right across the road from our house and go set a spread up in the alfalfa field or go sit on the water and duck hunt. So yeah, it was nice, and I could bike and go pheasant hunt from my house, take the dog. So it was, ample opportunity, which was fun. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Did all your friends hunt too?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them. That's
Through high school and
Yeah,
stuff too, like a lot
exactly.
of hunting in high school.
yeah. And then obviously, playing hockey and whatnot, you've got people from that don't hunt, but obviously you kind of gravitate towards the people that do. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Take some of those guys out,
Mm-hmm.
make them into hunters.
Oh yeah, we would go to. I mean, my favorite trip, bar none of the year, was the annual Minnesota pilgrimage MEA weekend to North Dakota.
By
There you
far,
go.
dude.
Fucking 3-4 boats strapped onto the trailer and
Hell yeah.
find the biggest body of water with as many ring bills as possible and beat the brakes off of them.
Sounds like such a perfect MEA break.
Canvas backs and
Oh yeah. Whatever the hell was in there.
Woodies, teal. God, it was so fun. Because we'd get out there, we'd drive out there Friday night or whatever. It would be Wednesday night.
Wednesday, yeah.
And we had the same spot we would hunt because we obviously didn't get out there to scout.
Yeah.
Sit on the same point and just pile
Wreck 'em.
drive on this giant roost.
Big rinbill roost.
It
Ringbill
was a
roost.
giant roost. I mean, it was a big lake, and God, it was fun though. It didn't matter. Wind could be blowing from the northeast, southwest, shooting them over our backs. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
And then so that was always a fun memory.
That was your dad too, or you and just buddies? Or
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think I did it from. Gosh, we were probably 7, 8 years old, and we'd go out there with. It was my dad, my buddy who was a neighbor of ours, his dad, and then my little brother.
Yeah.
We'd go out there and just do hood rat shit.
With your friends.
Mm-hmm.
How old does your daughter have to be before she's making the pilgrimage? The MEA?
Well, we talked about that. We were actually up on Lake of the Woods fishing. We do an annual fishing trip up there, and
Family and you?
it's my dad, his buddies,
Yeah.
and their kids, and we've been doing it for 25, 30 years almost.
That's sick.
So it's like that we were kind of debating on what age kids need to be to come on that trip.
Yeah.
And my brother has, I think he's 5 or 6 now, and it's like, okay, he could.
Teetering the line now.
It's like you could probably. It's like the biggest thing is if you could sit in the boat for 5 or 6 hours. Like we don't fish that hard. We stay up late, drink beer,
Yeah, have fun.
cook a big breakfast, get out, catch as many walleyes as you want, and then go back and
Yeah. Drink beer, repeat.
drink beer, repeat. Yeah. So if you can sit for 5 or 6 hours at a pop, you can come.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a good question. I think it depends on the kid, right? Some kids, they've got the attention span for it
Yep.
and the desire. And if it's like, well, if you don't want to do it, I'm not going
fight it.
to push you to do it. I don't.
For sure.
Yeah.
You can't fight it. It's got to be fun or you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
What about professionally? Like, what about in your career? Like, I know you've worked at some cool places. So,
Yeah.
like, you've had a chance to meet some people that have been, pretty integral in, like, the founding of kind of what hunting industry looks like and working
Yeah.
at Primos and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, like, what would you say if there's somebody that's been, like, really instrumental in your success?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I was probably when I moved down to Mississippi to work for Primos, I was 24 years old, something like that. So I was still pretty young. And my boss down there, he had been with the company for, at this point, his name's Mike Powell. He had been at the company for 15 years and was just kind of a work hard, play hard type of guy and just smart. I mean, if you look at like all of the naming conventions for the Primos products, kind of those were all his brainchild, like the elk call, the hoochie mama, and
Yeah.
So it's like if you know him, it'd be like, oh yeah, that's a Mike Powell thing, 100%.
Yeah.
But he was a hard worker. He was sharp, and he liked to have fun, right? So it's like that's a guy who I would say he'd come walk through my office and be like, all right, we're playing ping pong,
Yeah.
and we would play ping pong for hours. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, hey Mike, I gotta get something done. One more game. Okay, it's like, fine, you're the boss. So yeah, he was a good dude. And then, Will Primos is another big one. He is just cut out of a different cloth. And it's interesting. Like, there's certain people that have that where it's just like he is all consumed. If I would say, hey, Will, I want you to find me a brown paper bag with a smiley face stamp on it. He would like he would go to the ends of the earth this second to find that bag, and he would, if he didn't find it right away, you'd get updates every day on, hey, okay, I didn't find it, but I've got some leads, and so just an interesting.
That's incredible.
Just the
Taught you about determination and communication.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just a master of that. So, yeah, I mean, those are probably two of the big ones for me.
You have any funny Mike Powell stories?
Oh, I've got plenty of them. Oh, I got a good one here.
Do you have a good one you can tell?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So we were at my bachelor party
Okay.
down in
like
Dolphin Island. We were fishing snapper, and my brother, we drove down there. My dad flew into Jackson, Mississippi, and we drove down to Dolphin Island, and it was a handful of coworkers and some buddies, and a few friends were flying in from up north. My brother, who's kind of quasi-organized, is the best man, missed his flight
Okay.
coming down to, BFE, I think it was like Pensacola or something. And
Yeah.
and so anyways, Mike he had been drinking fairly consistently.
Yeah. He had been part of the festivities so far.
Yes, from probably 11 o'clock in the morning.
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
So first night jitters, got to get those out of the way. But anyway, so we were we were at this big, it's like an elevated house. All those houses are in stilts down there, and my brother got in at like, I don't know, it wasn't even that late. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, but everyone was just done, passed out.
Oh, for sure.
And so he was walking around in bedrooms trying to find where he was going to sleep for the night.
Yeah.
And so Mike is tatted up. Like his entire body. So and Pete had never met him before. So he's he's not a big dude, but he's a scary looking dude. But
Yeah.
he walks into this bedroom, all of a sudden there's Mike just like standing there. And it's just incoherent. And
Fully tatted out.
Yeah. And just like mumbling, like like English
He's a homeless
was
guy.
his second language.
Yeah.
And Pete was just like, whoa, am I even in the right house? Like, what the hell is going on here? And eventually, I think he put two and two together. But God, we still joke about that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He was gonna leave.
Oh yeah, he was just like, this is a bad situation.
This is not good.
Who is this guy? Yeah.
I love that.
Oh my God.
That's too funny, man.
Yeah.
Dude, sorry to get off of that topic, but I'm still like pumped about the whole pigeon thing and how much you know about pigeons. How many pigeon bands have you shot, Ben?
I don't try to shoot them because they're
He bans the pigeons.
they're banded.
Sure.
It's a different side of the coin for him.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, have you gone out and like shot a bunch of pigeons?
I mean, I've maybe shot, I don't know, 2 or 3 bands. But yeah, and that was before I even know. Now, if I would see one, I would purposely not shoot it. But granted, if you see a bird that is flying with feral pigeons at a farm or whatever,
Yeah.
odds are it's not a very good pigeon anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah. If they're
No,
chilling,
I've never
dude.
singled out a racing pigeon because I don't want. I'm not an eagle. I
Yeah.
can't see a lime green band on a pigeon 200
I'll
yards
tell you
up.
what, for $250K, you better be able to not get shot. I want to guarantee that this pigeon knows how to avoid gunfire. 250 grand and some jackass at a farm is shooting them, I would be livid.
Even worse, a high school kid with a pellet gun at night.
really?
That would piss
Get
me
him,
off.
Billy.
Yeah. That would upset the shit out of me.
Yeah. Thankfully, like my pigeons, they don't hang out in the country.
Right.
They're more city.
They're
folk.
city bird. City
So-
bird.
But you let them out and fly around? And
Oh
shit?
yeah, I free fly them, which is not a great practice.
Right.
Just because then predators will start kind of
Yeah.
honing in on them. But
Yeah.
my daughter, we go out and feed them every morning. She loves to go see the birds and see the babies. And
Do you have a coop?
Yeah,
Just in the backyard?
it's on the side of my house
Okay.
because the dogs would just go ape shit.
Totally.
Well, of course.
But yeah, so they fly around all day, and they're the preferred hangout. I was driving down the road, dropping Bridget off at daycare, and all of a sudden I look over, and they love to hang out on the roof of the Dollar Tree.
Okay.
That is their preferred spot to hang out. So far from my house and sit on the big green dome on top. And
yeah, so hey, if anyone's listening, you want to get yourself a banded pigeon.
yep, 100%.
Go to a Coney Dollar Tree.
Be so messed up.
You go sit at the Qdoba on their picnic table, and you can pick them off.
Oh yeah,
Donald Trump style, hopefully.
Fuck,
just a little haircut,
dude. That is unbelievable.
That segue is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, what the fuck?
It's crazy shit.
So the biggest question, I know you guys have thought about this and heard this, is like, how is this not some sort of
inside
job?
I don't know, man.
130 yards, 150 yards. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. 150 yards. They said, do not go on your binoculars. Do not scope. Do not do anything. Do not go into that water tower. Like, this is all like a newer development in the last couple of days, but they said
I haven't seen
not
any
using
of that,
your glass, not using your binoculars. There's all these Navy SEALs talking about how the Secret Service acts and how they did not do their job. And then someone said, we were told to stand down and do this and that. They identified him 3 hours before the shooting, and a cop went up there pointing his gun at him.
Yeah, what the heck? And then, like, bystanders were like, hey, there's a guy with a gun up there, and it's like...
Nobody investigated it.
Yeah, what?
That's insane.
Like, they'll be curious. Well, I'm not holding my breath because, the people... I don't have a whole lot of faith in the people, like, investigating
No,
this.
I wouldn't.
Because they've been trying to throw him in jail.
Yeah.
The people investigating have been trying to throw him in jail for a while.
Yeah, and it's just such a weird
It's just
deal.
a weird country that we live in right now. I mean, the reality is, isn't it just weird in general that our two presidential candidates are arguing about their golf handicaps at a debate? And as America, we're like, yep, I know who my guy is. What?
What do you think about childcare? Well, and then all of a sudden they go on this tangent about freaking golf.
Yeah.
I said I'll play you, but you got to carry your own bag.
Excuse me, sir. There are real issues happening in this country, and you're at a debate arguing about your handicap.
But you know what? That's the beautiful thing about testosterone.
Yeah, right.
Like, honestly, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm a better golfer than you. Fuck, you are.
Right?
So funny.
It's so crazy, dude.
Yeah,
you still have testosterone at 80 years old?
And those two...
I don't think Joe's got much of anything at 80 years old.
Yeah, right? Like, those two people, these are the people that we want running our country.
These are the options, bro.
My gosh.
It's insane.
I bet we could go down the road. We could drive 2 miles and probably find someone that's more qualified down the road.
Could we just get someone sensible? Just a normal person? It's like a celebrity competition now. Well, it's truly crazy.
The other thing, too, is like, I mean, neither of them are young, obviously.
Right.
Well, Joey's doing a little bit rougher.
Sleepy Joe Biden needs to go to a home. And I actually, at this point, I feel kind of bad. I don't even know if he knows where he is, dude. Doesn't know who his vice president is. Doesn't know how to tie his own shoes. Falls off bicycles. I mean, if it was my grandpa, I don't know if I want him living alone.
Probably not.
Well, he's not living alone.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of people in that house.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because, you look at, like a cognitive chart essentially that is showing your fluid intelligence and your mental acuity and speed and what it does.
Clarity.
It's like, by the time you're 70, like, it has declined significantly, right?
Yeah.
Like, significantly.
Yeah.
So I think it peaks, like, they peak at different times, but 50, 60 years old, 50 years old, something like that. And so it's like, I mean, ageism, like, in the culture we live in, like, that's a thing, right?
For sure.
But it's this is a person that is representing our country, that's, running our country. It's like, come on.
It's scary.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me that Joe Biden is 3 years older than George W. Bush, who was president 20-some years ago.
Right.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Isn't that nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and how old was Obama when he got elected even?
44.
There you go.
I think around there, yep.
Yeah, he was like early 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the time he got out, he was in his 50s.
Yeah. I just don't get it.
I think it's incredible to see what people look like before they become president and then what they look like after, even just in a 4-year span.
It's
Obama
nuts.
looked
oh my
haggard.
gosh. Oh yeah, bud. Yeah. I mean, even now when I see like random picture of Obama in the news or something, I'm like, my God, those 8 years tore that man to shreds.
It's okay. He's living pretty good now.
Oh yeah, no. For sure.
Yeah. He sold us
For
out
sure.
to China, so he's making a shitload of money.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get the conspiracies rolling.
Did you see the interesting thing is that polling wise, the only person right now that can beat Donald Trump is Michelle Obama.
No way.
She would beat Donald Trump, according to the polls right now. And that was prior to him getting shot in the ear.
Yeah, that's crazy. Some people still love Obama.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people still love Obama.
Yeah, dude. But that said, insane that he was shot.
Yeah.
Like, just...
Well, the last time there was an assassination attempt was Reagan.
It's insane.
And then before that was FDR.
Yeah.
And you know who they won't give Social Security?
They just said they're going to.
Robert F.
RFK.
Kennedy Jr.
They just said that they're going to give it to him.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
It's insane, actually, that they didn't, though, up till now. And it's crazy that Trump had so many, like, so much proof of, like, threat to his life and asked for more security. And
for
they
like
denied
weeks.
it. And that they have never in the history of the United States not given a presidential candidate Secret Service detail until Robert Kennedy.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's insane, dude. Yeah, it makes me sad. It really makes me sad, to be honest, because, like, where we're at is just crazy.
It's just so divisive. Like, it's funny because you talk with someone who might disagree, and at the end of the day, like, there is way more common ground, but we're just forced to just pick a side, and the sides
That's the thing.
are further and further away, when in reality, most of the people fall in the middle.
Centrist. Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Like, if you took the majority of America, like 70% of this country just doesn't even know what to think right now. Because you got 10% each way, and then there's 5% each way. That's just nuts. And then outside of that, it's like...
I find myself being really depressed about our political situation just because of how far right and how far left there is. But I feel like, especially with this assassination attempt, that I think it's waking a lot of people up, where it's like, hey, this is a problem, you know?
Yeah.
If you, like, look down the line of how hard they're trying to make it to have Trump not be president again, I think a lot of people are starting to really wake up, especially on TikTok the last 3 days. Like, all the shit that I've seen is just like...
There's so much collusion.
Collusion?
Yeah, just like backdoor deals and like under the table, shystiness, like naturally. And it is truly, at the end of the day, it is for sure both sides.
Do you understand like what it comes down to? I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, left or right. Well, sure. But
Always
like
money.
You know how to stop the money flow and how to stop the corruption and how to stop all this shit? Term limits. You should not be in Congress longer than 8 years.
Agreed. And then what was the bill that they're trying to get going, which is be crazy if they voted on it, because they're the ones that are benefiting, but not allowing them to trade while they are in office.
Right. That's insane to me. That's insane. Like, the SEC will go and investigate people and companies for insider trading. Martha Stewart went to jail.
Right.
But Nancy Pelosi's worth $180 million.
It's insane. There's an app.
On a salary of $180,000 a year.
Yeah.
What?
There's an app that you can track.
Yep.
The
Nancy Pelosi's trades.
Well, it's any congressman or congresswoman, and you can mirror. And granted, I think it's like a 30-day they have to report or whatever, but you can literally mimic your profile to represent theirs.
Yeah.
So and that's 30 days, right? So the timing doesn't quite hit as hard, but still, it's bad enough when people are making
when
lot
you're
of
in
money.
charge of who's going to be successful and who's not, and then you can invest in that company or not, and then the government's going to pump $180 million into that company.
Yeah. No, I saw. There was a guy that was day trading, and he had put a video out there that was like, for the last year, all I did was trade only the stocks that everyone who's in Congress trades. And he said that in the past year he'd made over $1 million.
Jeez.
Day trading stocks.
You guys day trade at all?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, it scares me because I know it's like gambling, right? Because like you're either like you get into it and then you do well, and I'm gonna be like, oh, this is fun, and I'm gonna devote too much time to it, so I'm afraid of learning about it.
Think about that though. Like, you own a company, and someone could just be like, I believe in you. Here's $40,000. And you're like, whoa.
Well, what's even crazier is like, because I feel like in the past it used to be like on like merit, right? But now Elon Musk sends a tweet, and all of a sudden your stock just like just completely irrelevant
skyrockets.
of
Dude, he's
Dogecoin.
been on fire on Twitter. Have you seen his shit on Twitter?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All the memes and the Trump stuff and
No.
it's crazy.
Well, he said he's going to dedicate $30 million a month. So it's going to be $180 million towards Donald Trump up until the election,
which is insane. I think
insane.
Biggest single campaign contribution he had up to this point is like $40 million.
That's insane.
It's like unprecedented.
Yeah.
So
and then Gavin Newsom said, "Well, it looks like Elon Musk got on his knees for Donald Trump." Blah 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 blah. Because he said he's pulling Twitter and SpaceX out of California after they just passed a bill. Yeah. How teachers cannot say to the parents like transgender issues with their children. Like the school cannot report to the parents. And Twitter and SpaceX are getting yanked out of California now. And Gavin Newsom's like, well, you're just on your knees for Trump. And then Elon Musk goes, you've never gotten off your knees, Gavin. And it's just like, oh,
yikes.
Dude, you are a grown man who's running billions. You're the wealthiest person in the world. And you're just like, you suck dick. That's
also
crazy.
Though, like he's the richest man in the world, so he could pretty much
That's
do
crazy,
whatever he
dude.
wants.
Yeah,
not the
he
world,
must
but
have
the country.
He must have a 16-year-old running his Twitter account. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
he's a guy on Halo, just being like, "Well, yeah, you suck dick."
You do too, man.
No, I don't. You do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, Ben. This podcast is also brought to you by yours truly on X, and we were hoping today you could do something special for us. Okay. Joey and I have tried to explain to people what the best uses for like recent imagery is going to be for people. And everybody has a million questions. So we thought tonight would be a really good opportunity to just have you talk about like the main idea behind recent imagery, how they can use it.
For sure. Yeah. So recent imagery is essentially satellite images that are taken within the last 2 weeks. They're going to be lower resolution than your standard satellite imagery, but again, the recency every 2 weeks. So some of my favorite uses for it that I used a lot last fall. One of them is monitoring water levels in certain areas. So went up to Alberta and they had a pretty unprecedented drought up there. And so you look at satellite imagery and there's water everywhere, right? It's like lush, beautiful. And that imagery could have been taken 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So you flip on recent imagery and all of a sudden, these 1,000-acre lakes now turn into, there might be 100 acres of open water right in the middle. And you can see that.
Yeah.
Or so when I was going in scouting, even looking for areas, because I didn't know where I was going in Alberta. I never hunted up there before. So I turn on recent imagery and I would just find concentrations of water. And then you see ducks going down, over kind of the old historic, like, oh, they're going down over the top of this hill. I can't see it. I'd flip on recent imagery. It's like, okay, there's a pothole. It cuts in up to this area where there's some buckbrush or some areas you could hide in and make a plan. So that's one of the big ways I use it. The other thing is looking for cut fields.
Yeah.
So if you go and scroll on recent imagery, you pick an area, around here at least from middle of October. Say you're looking for corn middle of October to November. And I could find areas that were getting harvested quicker.
Yep.
Same thing you could do with wheat, right? You're scrolling, all of a sudden, boom, you can even tell by the farmer, right? It's like all of a sudden, let's just say you take August 15th, there's no wheat harvested, and you're cycling through there, all of a sudden you start to see, these stripes in the field, which is pretty much indicating that they've cut it.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, this farmer's cut it, and here's, 10 potential fields around this known roost area. And
that's
say
where we should scout.
Yeah. Say we're sitting here and we want to go to western Minnesota or North Dakota, and we can at least get an idea of where to look, because, we've all done it, right? Early season, put on, I think
hundreds of miles.
1 year, I alone, I think I put on 2,000 miles.
Jesus.
It was before, I think they just switched it to the August 1st opener at the time. It was like
the harvest season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in like 2012 or something like that.
We looked this up one time. What was it?
2000. It would have been the fall.
I think it was 2012 to 2015.
I think so, too.
2011. It was the first year it was open August 1st.
So 11 to 14 then.
Something like that. Yeah.
It was a 3-year deal.
And man, it was like 11th hour. We found this feed and had to be like, we were finding like the typical early season, like 100 birds, 200 birds. All of a sudden we found one with like 4,000 on it. And we think we shot because it was 15 birds. I think we shot a 9-man limit off it, like 3 days in a row.
That's really good.
That's insane.
It was absolutely wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, so recent imagery, stuff like that, that's also a really good use for it. And then if you're talking to our brethren down south, also water levels when it comes to flooding rivers and moist soil impoundments, all that kind of stuff.
Timber.
So,
Yep.
13 through 16.
Yeah.
13 through
13
16.
through 16.
Seems
I might
late.
have got a little early then. Cause I graduated. No, are you sure it was 13?
That's what it says here. Yep.
That's a lie. They lie. That might have been August 15th.
It's more than 7 years
It
ago.
might have been August 15th. I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah. I like the thing I like to use, for like last year we used it just to see if there was I used it to see if there was corn in certain areas.
Yep.
Just like going out, if you're going on a trip, in my head I'm like, well, I would love to just find an area with
Corn
a ton
is
of corn.
king, especially when it's cold.
Yep.
It's like,
And you can see how yellow they are, so
this
you
is a
can
known
tell.
roost. Where's the most corn closest to the roost? Let's get permission on those fields. I bet you there's birds in those fields, blah, blah, blah.
You can just call then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ice up is another big one. Finding lakes that are staying open. And 2 weeks is a big window, but the other thing is interesting now. You can go scroll back. So generally, the same bodies are going to freeze up first. Yeah, and it's not always the bigger ones are going to freeze up last. That's not always the case, right? It depends on depth, etc. So if you're worried about, freeze up in an area and you want to find the last open roost, go back and look at last year.
Holy shit, you can do that?
Yeah.
You can go look at last year's?
Yeah, see which
recent
ones
imagery?
Yeah, see which ones freeze up first, see which ones stay open the longest. And granted, there's other conditions, right, that could have impacted that, but generally the same lakes are going to be open the latest, so
Yeah, dude.
Ben, did you know that we had a discount code for Onyx?
Mhm.
You wouldn't happen to know that offhand, would you?
Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Midwest Flyways 20, MWF 20.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Absolutely nailed it.
Fucking A, Peter. Fucking
Yeah,
A.
so cancel your membership right now and then re-sign up with our discount code.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. You can do that.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can.
show
You
your
won't lose all
support.
your stuff.
Yeah.
Show your support. Also, show your support by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we're also giving a huge giveaway. I've got this huge list of sponsors in front. It's not huge. That's ridiculous. But I've got this list of sponsors in front of me. And once we get to 1,000 reviews on Apple,
We're going to do something sick.
we're going to do some sick ass shit. And Ben's actually paying for half of it. So that's a really cool deal.
Sweet.
Out of his
We
own
didn't
pocket.
tell you yet, but
Nice.
pretty
Out of
cool,
his
man.
left pocket, he's paying for
you
it.
get
so
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have the privilege.
That sounds
It's
great.
unbelievable.
That would be so much fun.
Because we are poor.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we can do a little quid pro quo here. If you help me out with my pigeon racing endeavor,
Ooh.
Dude. I'll train him.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have to win a couple big ones.
Oh yeah, we'll have to go to China for sure.
I'll speak to him.
We'll go to Beijing. We will win that one. Then we will go to Shanghai and we will win that one.
You have the plan, dude. You're thinking about this, aren't you?
We're gonna have to move to China though, because how the hell do you train a homing pigeon to home to your own
yeah,
coop?
for sure. That doesn't live in China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it
Boys
out.
like China.
I'd never been.
I'm dying
I'm
to
a
go.
little scared.
I'm dying to go.
I don't
I'm
really
dying
want to go
to
if I'm being
Asia.
honest.
I've got so many places I want to go.
You can
dude.
speak Mandarin, right?
Fluent.
Cool. All right, translator.
You want to
You
hear
guys
some?
aren't allowed to leave the loft either.
Oh no. It's okay.
We're being trapped and held against our will in China.
It's legal in China.
Yeah.
Carter already
Oh,
kind
I'm
of smells
very
like
afraid.
pigeons, so it's perfect.
Thanks. Yep.
Oh. Yeah. All right. I know you did a lot of fishing growing up too.
Yeah.
Do you have, what would you say is your biggest passion outside of hunting, Ben?
Oh, certainly fishing.
Fishing.
Yes.
Is it for Walters?
I was
The classic Minnesotan boy.
I was a big muskie guy. I guided in my throughout high school and college for muskies. And that was at like the peak time for the muskie, a lot of the muskie fisheries in Minnesota. So it was.
Were you guiding around home?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was at the time where, to go out and catch 4 or 5 fish in a day was like, that's
insane.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Where it's now
Harder
it's like
now.
you're fishing for 1 fish a day type.
For
deal.
sure.
It's a fish of 10,000 casts.
If you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
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 That's what Marv at the diner says.
Marv.
Marv just doesn't want you to go fishing for muskies.
No.
He doesn't want to let you know where they stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you working for somebody or working for just like
Yeah. Just
doing your thing?
I had actually Travis Frank. I worked with him. He started. Now he works for Ron Sure. He's on Minnesota Bound, due north, does the flush.
Yeah.
And so he's a little bit older than and I was like, I want to guide. He had an established guide service, and so I worked under him for a number of years. So
That's sick, dude.
yeah, it was a fun job.
What was the thing you learned the most from that job so quickly about being
Why
a guide
are
in the
you
outdoors?
laughing as you say that?
Just because like I'm just thinking of my brother's fishing guiding stories.
My
My brother guided fly fishing for years, and like I would get all the late night phone. You wouldn't fucking believe these guys today.
Just that, I don't know. I think maybe as I've aged, I've become a lot less tolerant. So I hate guiding.
Mm-hmm.
I went out, I took a guy grouse hunting. A friend of mine owns a grouse camp up in northern Minnesota and said, hey, like we're shorthanded on people. Will you come guide for me? And the guy I took out he was probably in his late 60s, early 70s, and just a really nice guy. But it was just painful.
Not a big fisherman.
I was grouse hunting.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if he was a big fisherman, but he was not a grouse hunter. And it's just like, I don't know. You get kind of stuck in your ways of how you like to do it, and you expect everyone to be on the same wavelength. But after like the 25th grouse that flushed and he didn't shoot at, I was like, God, like,
Well, you
My
don't
poor
get 25 in a day. At least every time I've gone grouse hunting, you don't see 25.
oh, well, we should go grouse hunting then.
We should. You, AJ, and I need to go grouse
Yeah,
hunting.
exactly.
Bad.
Yeah.
So what did you say to the guy eventually? You're just
Well-
like, dude, I think we pack it up.
No, I mean, we just kind of just poked around, and then, and what I didn't want is him to be mad or like that. I think we ended up shooting a grouse and a couple woodcock, which to not get your woodcock is pretty, it must have been rough. Because, I mean, we probably flushed probably 30, 40 woodcock. So, I mean, and they're not hard to shoot at. So it was just like
Brutal.
And I felt bad because he couldn't hit anything. But it's like we're getting opportunities. He had a great day. He had fun. But it was just like infuriating for me.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't like guiding.
It was like when I took Cal duck hunting the first time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
It's
even have
like-
waiters. Made him drop me off on land.
Nice.
Made him get all my birds.
It was rough.
Is that last? I mean, not your first time. Is that that's how it should work every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish it was that way. He got way more stubborn after that. He was pumped for me that first time, but then after that, he was,
It's like
no.
teach a man to fish. You go out and get your own ducks.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you buy your own shit.
Yeah.
You love it. Look, come on.
Mm-hmm.
No, he wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wanted to talk about one of our newer sponsors here today, Ben. It's Weatherby.
Yes.
And they just came out with this sick new shotgun.
Yep.
It's called the Sorex.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a big Weatherby guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a couple Weatherbies. Yeah,
Have you shot the new Sorex?
I have.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
It's a cool gun. I really like it a lot, and it's a big change from the 18i, which we tried years
yes.
ago. And that gun, it just wasn't my favorite gun. It had its quirks for sure, but we got a chance to try these Sorexes last year, and they were it's a really nice gun.
Yeah,
I love
they've
it.
got
Really
some
feels good.
Cool features in it that it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, outside the box, right? That you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Well, it's hand painted, and then also the choke tubes are the same as a Benelli, and so it's readily available, which is really nice.
It's not that weird Turkish
Yes,
shit that it's
exactly. You know, and if you want to put an extension tube on it, same as a Benelli.
Are they
easy peasy?
Are they making them in Sheridan? Are they?
They're making them in Italy and then hand painting them,
finishing them in Sheridan.
Nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, the Italians, they know how to make guns.
They
so.
do, dude.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They've kind of got it figured out.
Yeah. No, I've been really, really impressed with Weatherby lately. It's like they have upped their game.
Yeah, man.
And there's talks about some cool new shotguns I've heard that I am particularly stoked about. So
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Say less.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, my dad's had a Weatherby Orion over under for a long time. Can't mess with that gun. I love that 12 gauge.
Nice.
It's so nice. It just feels like a part of my body.
It's an
Feels good.
extension of you.
Yeah, no, not an extension. It is me,
Okay.
you know? But my dad gets super pissed whenever I touch it because it's so nice. He's like, where's my shotgun?
Don't even look at it.
Don't even look
Don't
at
touch
it.
my drum set.
Like, when was the last time you even took this out of
Touch my drum set.
It's just like he felt it. He's like, where is it? Do you have my Orion?
Yeah.
Yes. Why?
You're going to get a hate carrier pigeon in the mail here pretty soon. It's going to show up in your coop. You're going to read it. It's like, give me my damn shotgun back.
It's just a bomb, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. And I would actually love for you to be a part of this. We're actually doing a video series here before duck season starts of where we're going to go shoot sporting clays with people with the Sorix and see who wins.
Oh.
Yeah, and
That'd
we're
be
going to let
super
people
cool.
test it out. I think they're going to send us some other stuff, too, maybe. Fingers crossed. Maybe some over-unders, maybe some different stuff they've got. And we're going to go
fun.
get a bunch of people
Go hit
together,
up like
do,
Wild
trap
Marsh.
shooting.
Yeah.
Go hit up like Wild Marsh, maybe some horse and hunt.
Yeah.
But I go to Santiago.
Yes.
You
Yes.
go to
Isn't that
you
Wild
ever been to
Marsh?
I don't think so. No.
I thought Wild Marsh was Santiago.
Is
That's
it?
in Chile, guys.
Santiago, Minnesota.
Oh. No, that's wild.
Different
There's
Santiago.
Wild Wings up there.
Ben's such an international traveler, you know. He hears Santiago and he's like, I remember my times in Chile.
I've spent a fair amount of time south of the border in Iowa.
In Iowa, nice. Yeah. No Santiago in Iowa. Bet there is actually.
Yeah,
though.
there's a bunch of good places around here. I think it's Wild Wings, and then there's one up further north. And
Yeah. Yeah, the one in Santiago, that's like north of Monticello.
Wild Marsh is Buffalo.
There you go.
Yep. But anyway, I love walking through the woods and just doing different stations.
Ski. Yep.
I love that shit.
yeah, super fun.
So you should absolutely come on there because I know you're a good shot. I've seen you.
That'd be fun.
From the marshes to the upland fields.
That sounds
Ben
like
Brettingen just...
we need some like trumpet music going on in there, like
Oh yeah.
some like old.
We'll bring
English.
a turtle box behind us and we'll just be hammering it.
You should have like walk up songs for everyone. Oh, you know what you should. No, this is not a good Weatherby thing to do. Not. But do you ever watch the guys on? It's an Instagram or TikTok or whatever. They'll go and heckle people at the golf course.
Oh yeah.
Like they hire them for events and like they'll sit and what do they call it? The back off challenge or whatever.
I don't. Yeah.
That would be hilarious to do shooting sporting clays.
Oh yeah. That'd be really shitty.
That's genius.
Remember in Jackass 2 when they did the air horn?
Yeah.
From the bushes? That's like early days back off challenge.
Exactly. It would be less interesting to combine this Weatherby deal with that. Probably insult some random people.
Oh yeah.
But hey.
Well, you just got to find the guys with the rose-tinted glasses
Yeah.
and a vest and a shell
and
pouch
as
on
soon
the
as they
side,
get-
and that's when you do the, do you kiss your mother with those lips? What?
Yeah. And I think what would be really good too is if as soon as they get pissed off and start coming at you, you're like, all right, we're here on Weatherby and this is sponsored by Weatherby. By the way, sir, how did you feel about that moment right there? Right. Bring the sponsor up immediately.
Live
as
from
a part of
Fox
that.
9 News, I'm
That's
Ben
right.
Brettingen. We are out here today at Minnesota Horse and Hunt Club.
You know how to get him to stop messing with you instantly after that happens? Just start speaking fluent Spanish.
That is
A completely different language.
Yeah.
Lo siento, lo siento,
I'll do
señor.
Mandarin.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
we can do that for sure.
Okay, Ben, let's go into the draft. And this week's draft is brought to you by Outlaw.
Yes.
I love this beer. And this week's draft is worst people to drink with. And we're going
Worst
to pick
guys to
3
drink with.
people that suck to drink with.
Yep.
And I will start it out.
Okay.
This week.
No, Ben's
No. Let you
guess.
start it out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guess
You
goes
want-
first.
No, okay.
Guess goes first.
I'm a little nervous. I'll.
It's tradition.
All right.
Just think of the guy we're like, never again.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh my god.
Ben, you've drank with Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like.
No, like a
thought you were-
characteristic
Oh
of a
no!
person.
I thought you were talking about worse people. Like if I like that game more. If you have to,
Dude, he just starts licking his lips after like the third beer.
Oh my gosh.
I think it should.
So
be,
you go to community college around here?
Yeah, I'm thinking it should be like you have to pick the 3 worst people that you think to drink with.
Okay.
Sorry,
that
to just
changes
change your
my
game.
list
completely. You could. Well, so
No,
what,
we can do that. I like it. We can do it.
Oh,
we can do it.
What was the original question?
Do you want me to do you want Joey to do his so you can see what he was
sure.
thinking?
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah. Worst guys to drink with.
This is
Okay,
why I
go
want to
ahead,
go
Joey.
first, Cal, but it's fine. The guy who is just constantly peer pressuring you to continually drink. Where it's like, oh, come on, man. Take another shot, man. Where you're just you're just trying to chill. It's like, oh, you don't like tequila? Here, take a shot of tequila, bro.
No,
Oh,
dude, you've never had
it'll
good
be-
tequila like this. It's like
Dude,
a $20 bottle.
Hornitos is great. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not Reposado. It's that silver stuff. It's really good.
Jose Cuervo, dude.
Ugh.
Cuervo.
tequila.
The
no
guy,
fair share
the
of Cuervo
unrelenting peer pressure was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're a pussy if you don't shotgun this. Come on,
Yeah.
man. Come on, bro. Come on.
All right, now name a guy you can think
Yeah.
of that was from history that would be one of the worst people to drink with.
A bad person from history.
Just somebody you really wouldn't want to have a beer with.
Probably my old high school dean.
Holy shit. You got so personal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like...
You know what, Joey? This is
Okay.
not the time or the place. Well, actually, it is the time
Yeah.
and the place. Take a
doubt.
shot, bitch.
No doubt. Okay. I love that. That's a good one. That's
He
a good
was
one.
such a dick.
All right, I'll go. Guy that takes a beer to bed with him.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the guys, it's just like, it's already 2 a.m., bro.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'll have one more. And you're like, you've had 28. What's the one more going to do for you? Everybody else is already asleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed, man. Yeah, I'm just going to have one more here. And then you're like, guy goes to bed with a beer.
Yeah. That's a bad one.
That's a bad
Yeah.
look.
I've been
guy's
that
the
guy
most
before.
annoying guy. And then for
I've
my
absolutely
1-1,
been that guy.
yeah.
Yeah, Joey always has to make sure he has one more beer on a canoe
So,
too.
so then it's like, what about like, so you go to bed and you have like 3/4 of a beer sitting next to your.
well,
neck?
that's what are you going to do if you get thirsty? In the
No,
middle of
where
the
it's just like, you know what? I'm still kind of thirsty. I'm gonna have one more, and no one else is drinking. I've definitely been that guy before.
Yeah.
night? Yeah. All right, my 1-1, by the way, probably got to say Hitler. That'd be a really bad guy to have.
I don't know. I feel like you
wouldn't
could
be
get him to
humble.
open up about his childhood trauma as to why he
I
was the
don't
man
want
he
to do
was.
that. Why would I want to do that? Why do I care?
It's just, I mean, it'd be
Joey's
It'd
like,
be
oh, maybe
interesting.
we could have a deep theoretical conversation.
No, it'd be interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Be insane.
Just like Joe Biden, he'd be a pretty interesting guy to get drunk with.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, so
Be
you
super interesting.
so you want to get drunk with Adolf Hitler?
I mean,
No, it's just not the person I wouldn't want to get drunk with.
I mean, yeah, I mean, no, I wouldn't want to. It'd be quite.
no, he's a
disturbing.
bad guy.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about interesting, I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer would probably be not
Yeah,
that
just-
fun to hear stories from, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Same.
one
Like
time.
we maybe should have bars in between each other.
For sure.
No,
yeah.
that's a good call. Bars in between Adolf. Bars in between Jeffrey
I
Dahmer.
met a guy at a party one time. You're like, all right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dude, your stories suck.
Never mind, man. Yeah.
You're bumming me out, bro.
All right, Ben. All right, Ben, your second draft.
I'm gonna my second one. Okay, it would have to be Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs, why?
What do you mean, why? He'd drink you under the table,
you'd be
dude.
Just shit faced.
What was his record on the
It
airplane?
was like 54 beers on a.
2-hour flight?
It was from like New York to
California?
Fargo, North Dakota to California.
That would be interesting.
I mean, but you would just be.
You'd be
shit.
sloshed.
You
shit.
couldn't
Or like-
try to keep
Or
up
like
with him.
Andre the Giant would be another bad one. I feel like.
Yeah.
Anyways, so my characteristic. I
right.
like mine better, but
No,
I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
I think we should keep going with yours
Yeah,
as
yeah.
like a second part of it.
No, I would have to say like the high school I love you guy. Like you haven't seen this guy from high
yeah.
school, and it's like they are your best
yeah.
friend in the bar. It's like, dude, we haven't seen each other for like 20 years.
Definitely.
Won't leave you alone.
Yeah. It's like we have like,
Wants to know what your plans are for tomorrow.
But dude, like,
yeah. We need to hang out. Like we should
hang out with
dude, you want it tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow?
It's like, yeah, we do this every 5 years. Like this is just
Yeah.
I'll just placate you and
Oh, that is a bad one. That is a really bad one.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a really good one.
Oh,
I didn't think of that one.
Yes. That is very
As a
good.
terrible person.
All right. No, you go.
Oh,
You
it's
went
my
second.
turn.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2 is the blackout asshole. And the guy, we're like, he's a nice guy, you know? And then you guys
Yep.
start drinking. And
Yep.
he turns into a completely different person. And it's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yep.
You know? I just,
Yep.
like, the second alcohol touches their lips, they are a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's genetic. I
No,
don't know
it's
if it's
just
like
so
a
true.
disease, like if it's part of, like, it's genetic. It has to be, you know? I was always told that alcohol brings out your truest self. And I always took that one to heart, where it's like, if you're lighthearted and whatever, great. You're going to be a fun drunk.
yeah.
But if you are trying to medicate, like, your problems,
Yeah.
like, I don't like myself, so
Adolf Hitler.
I'm gonna get really fucking hammered. Your true self comes out,
Yeah.
and you are an ugly person. That I
I think
hate
there's a lot
drinking
of
with
truth
that.
to that.
I hate drinking with that guy.
But then, like, what happens? Like, I mean, I think we've all been there, where it's like you get too many beers in you or something. All of a sudden, you turn into like it's like a bad night. All of a sudden, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I found
I've
it's the
been there.
type. I found
Yeah,
it's
dude.
the type of alcohol, and that's why hard liquor and I don't mix well. Because I like whiskey drunk, vandalize.
Yeah.
I vandalize shit.
I think it's
not
probably
good.
more situational than anything. I think it's like what's going on in your current life. What's your state of mind? Like,
yeah.
if you're like unhappy and you're struggling, like, trust me, bro. When you get drunk, you're not getting like super happier.
For me, it's like the situation I'm drinking in too.
That's true too.
Like, if it's with people I don't like or in like a bad setting, if they're playing rap music.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just like.
Is that like that's more of like a Middle Eastern version of rap? Rap.
I was gonna say there was an H in front of there.
Yeah, but like I just and then
Hates
some
Middle Eastern rap.
It actually goes pretty hard.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll hear it and I just feel like I'll just and then somebody will piss me off and then I'll get mad and
Then you're in a vibe.
and then
Yeah, dude.
bad news bears.
No, yeah. I mean, if we're being honest, like drinking and getting into fights can be fun too. And then you're just like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
The next day it's not fun. You wish
I'm
you
out of that.
didn't.
I don't have enough teeth to do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But it happens.
Yeah.
You used to get into a lot of fights when I got drunk, and I
Right.
stopped at 22, man.
Yeah, it doesn't look as good in your 30s.
No. God, it
no.
doesn't age well at
Not
all.
a good look.
If
Not a
I
good
look
no.
like a pussy, if I have to swallow my pride versus getting into a fight, I'm going to swallow my pride every time
Yeah.
now, because I do not want the assault
same.
charge.
No.
Same.
Because I want to be able to hunt the rest of my life.
Right.
I want to be able to own guns.
Yeah.
So if you and I get
Priorities.
into an altercation and it doesn't involve my wife or my children, I'm okay.
I'm leaving.
I don't.
I'm okay. I'm gonna bounce.
I don't want to
For
get.
sure.
I really don't want to get punched.
It
Yeah,
hurts.
no, it sucks.
It really
too.
hurts, man.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
what's
All right.
nice is you got a nice full beard,
That's
and there's a
true.
lot of science that the beard actually absorbs a lot of the shock. It bounces off of your
Really?
face instead of
Oh,
getting
yeah?
stuck to your skin. Yeah, that's why a lot of boxers
Oh.
way back in the day used to have beards,
Huh.
but now it's illegal to have a beard when you're boxing.
Really?
It's trippy.
It's like the
Yeah.
Some
the
guys with
slap
beards, you wouldn't even
challenge.
get to their face.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah, it's just-
you ever watch a slap challenge things. Sometimes I'll go in like
Yes.
YouTube short rabbit holes.
Yeah, dude.
That's wild.
That's like a whole thing now. It's like a whole. That UFC owns that.
oh, do they really?
Yeah, slap, whatever that is.
Hmm.
It's insane. All right. My next one, number 2, is gonna be guy with 0 volume control.
Oh, good one.
We've
you know,
all been there.
That's unbelievable. When you're just so
How you doing tonight?
screaming at everybody all night. And then that guy is the same guy that'll come into a circle. People are already talking. And then he will immediately start talking louder than everybody in that area.
Oh,
So annoying.
that is terrible.
It is the worst.
That's a good call, Cal.
Yeah.
Nice one.
That's a really good call.
That one sucks. For sure. All right, Ben.
Mine next one would be the heart-to-heart person,
Okay.
where it's like every time
Totally.
you're
That's
getting
situational though.
every time though.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh,
every
yeah, no.
time. Yeah. Like
They're seeking depth
where it's
conversation.
like, yep, I know if we go to the bar, like you're gonna talk about your wife, or you're gonna talk
Yep.
about your ex, and it's just like it just tale as old as time. Like, all right, yeah,
Get in your feels.
Get into it. Well, yeah.
Here we go. Like it's not like lighthearted ever. It's like 2 beers down. Like, all right, let's talk about
Can't
our
believe
feelings.
Jessica
Man,
did
my
this,
wife,
man.
I shouldn't. Don't let your wife go on work trips, bro. Don't let your wife go on work trips. You know, they start out the conversation like that. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then you feel bad for leaving because you're insensitive and you just get sucked into a fucking conversation. You're not even drunk yet.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
It's
How
not
many
good.
times have you
Yeah.
been there?
Oh, God.
A million.
Not that exact situation of don't let your wife go on work
No,
trips.
but just where somebody's like pouring out their heart to you, and you're like, dude, you're a nice guy, but we don't talk at all.
Man,
Like,
Charlene did me bad.
Right.
It's like, that sucks,
God.
bro.
and you don't want to ask. You don't want to be like, what happened?
Oh, because
But if you're like, that's really too bad, then they always say, so what she did was, and then you're like, yeah, that sucks.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know that one. You have to ride that out too long.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And once in a while, it's not bad, but it's
Yeah.
the perpetual. That's makes it rough.
Yeah. All right, Joey.
Number 3. This pertained to me when I was single, more so. You'd be hitting on a girl, like you guys have been talking a little bit. You go to a party together. You've got that one really good looking dude,
Yes.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Totally.
Dude, every time. I can't think of his name, but he was so good looking. And he was just had so much charisma. He was just like, he was so smooth,
Yeah.
you know? And every time he's at a party, I'm like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Every single time where it's just like, damn it. I don't want to drink with you. I don't want to be here with you, man. Like, this is for me, not
Yeah.
for you. Hey, man, how's it going? Who's this? Oh, my
Yeah.
God, you look gorgeous.
Did you
Like,
introduce you to your friend?
Yeah, dude. That is
Damn
the
it,
worst.
That's a rough one.
oh, you're not even from America. Wow. Oh, yeah, I've traveled all over the place. Oh, my God, I've always wanted to go there. You have pictures? Oh, my God, show me. It's like, damn it.
Yeah,
I'm out.
that you're done.
I'm out.
Guy's chiseled as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
For
He's
sure.
He's literally the David.
Yeah.
Same dick size, too.
I will be in the laundry room drinking beer out of this gallon of Tide. See you later.
Hey, nice knowing you.
Great super bad reference. Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Goldschlager?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's real, by the way. There is gold in a vodka. People drink it.
It's horrible. Have you ever had it?
No, but
It's not
it
good.
always weirded me out that I was like, so you drink the gold? Do you
Supposedly
do
it's-
that? Is that what you
supposedly
do?
it's not bad for you.
Yeah.
Trace amounts are not bad for you.
Okay.
I looked it up because I was frightened.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
My last one is guy who acts like he owns everything in sight. You ever go to those parties and it's just a guy, like he has nothing to do with the location of the venue, but he's like, yeah, man, let me show you around, dude. And he's like, starts showing you this house that he doesn't live in. And then he's like, yeah, man, no, let me get a bottle. I'll get one for us. And it's not his bottle, you know? And then he's like, no, we can stay here, dude. We can stay here. Definitely can't stay there. That
It's a
happens
really good
all
one.
the time. And it's so annoying. And there's always one guy at a big party that he can drink your booze and he can talk to your girl and he can stay overnight and he can leave his car out wherever he wants.
Mr. Entitled.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's going to make himself breakfast in the morning before he leaves.
That's a good one.
That guy sucks, dude.
Yeah, that's a good
And
one.
you know him within like 5 minutes of meeting him.
You know what? I would love to get a perspective from the young 21-year-old.
Yes.
What's the one person you don't want to drink with?
The severe alcoholic.
I mean,
It's just
yeah. Well, why don't we escalate it,
Shots
Wes?
fired. Gee.
when they're alcoholic at 18, they're not very fun to drink with because they drink a whole case and they aren't drunk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
so
Yeah.
bad.
they're just
This is
pounding
like-
on Pound Town.
Yep.
So, like, Carter knows this guy so good, but he's from Chicago.
Yep.
And, like, I don't think I had any friends at 18 that were an alcoholic already.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I had friends that were like,
What do you
you're
mean?
pretty,
You
you're
definitely
you
did,
could
bro.
be a alcoholic.
Cal, you definitely did.
Can you be an alcoholic at 18?
Yeah, it's genetic.
I had a classmate in like 10th grade that would easily kill a 24 pack
A day.
a night. Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I have nothing.
Everyone had that person where it's like, oh, like if you're not now, there's a 100% chance you will be an alcoholic.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many people do you guys know these days who are stone cold sober because they had a problem? I know quite a few.
Yeah.
I know quite a few.
Yeah, it's becoming more. It's normal now. When people bring it up, like when I was a kid, it's like,
What's
whoa,
wrong?
Yeah, why don't you drink? But now it's like, yeah, like that's cool, dude.
Well, more
Yeah.
people are doing it for like health reasons.
For
now.
sure.
I've thought about it honestly.
Oh yeah, no, I barely, honestly, no lie,
Yeah.
outside of like this pod or if we're like fishing or hunting, like something like that, like I really don't drink.
I love
Yeah.
beer.
If we're working or fishing or hunting.
Fuck yeah. So, well, no,
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
during
the day of the
during
weekends
rest,
is
the
why.
whole rest of the year, like during like the weeknights, you would I would never ever drink.
No.
And it's not because I don't think people shouldn't have a beer when they come home. I just don't.
No, it's like my wife she'll like with dinner one random night, I'll be like, oh, I'll
Yeah.
have a beer, and it's like, I don't. Maybe on a Thursday night I
Yeah.
would, but problem is when I drink one beer, then I want 2 beers, and then all of a
That's-
sudden I
yeah.
want like 10 beers.
That's called alcoholism.
Well, the thing is, I
me
associate
up.
a lot of the time, like I associate alcohol with a good time because, like, my experience with alcohol, I've had a fucking blast. But I also am not the guy that has to take a beer to bed,
Yeah. No.
and so I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't care if I don't drink for the next 30 days. But if we start having 5, I can have 10,
Yeah.
and let's have fun.
The interesting thing is it is so woven. I've noticed. I mean, you guys, I'm sure you have too, but it is so woven into the Midwest culture.
Totally, man.
Like
It's unbelievable.
it was like a Tuesday night, and I was helping a buddy train with his dog, and it's like we kind of wrap up. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go home. He's like, you want a beer? It's like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
You'll have a
Right?
beer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I had no intention of having a beer, but like when 2 people get together
Yeah.
past like 5 o'clock, it's like, yeah, we should probably have a beer.
Totally,
Absolutely.
man. It's such a social thing, beer especially, but like alcohol in general. It's like crazy in the country in general.
It's very social.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have the problem where I truly love the taste of beer. Like I love the taste of just like alcohol in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Like a vodka tonic with lime. Dude, I love a vodka tonic. Now, am I going to drink them till I get smashed? No. But I just literally love the taste of alcohol.
Yeah, I actually love like a light beer. Like I love to sit down, like let's sit down, let's have a light beer. Like I love a light beer. I think it tastes great. Summer especially, hot summer day. Like you said, a buddy calls me over.
Yeah.
Man, if you want to have a beer, like I will have a beer. And it's good.
Okay, here's a good question. Best times to have an alcoholic drink.
That's a good one.
I can name a couple.
I mean, it's like
This is like another draft, we have to say.
Pretty
probably,
much,
for when
yeah.
Ben's not.
this is like, well, we can just maybe
We can do some honorable
We'll
mentions quick.
just rattle
Yeah.
them off real quick.
like one would be like the victorious like post hunt. You just had an epic hunt, or it was a great, and it's like there's nothing better than sitting at the tailgate and cracking a beer.
While
and just
cleaning
like
your birds,
Yeah,
dude.
just sitting there and just like reveling in it. Like,
Yes.
oh, that is epic.
That's
And
a big one for
especially
me.
at like 9 a.m.
Oh yeah,
It's just like, oh, it's
it feels
fantastic.
wrong, but it feels so right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I would say anytime I do any type of work or outdoor work at all, whether it's by myself or especially if I'm with a buddy, like I have a friend that's going to help me do outdoor work or work on a car, I feel like I need to have a beer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if I'm looking in an engine, if I'm looking inside of an engine, I want a beer.
If I'm seeing any sort of combustion,
Yeah, if I
material,
see auto parts, I want beer.
Cal is the worst car shopper ever. Open that hood.
Yeah.
Come on,
Guys
do
got
it,
beer
do
in
it.
there?
No, the next one. Open that one now.
Yeah, dude. No, for sure.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Lawn work, any outdoor yard work, I feel like a beer should be around.
Yep.
Yep.
No, like I was just in California, and a lot of the beaches there don't allow alcohol. But the one that I was at, the one that we started at, I'm watching the sunset. I was skimboarding, right? So I'm like, I have like salt in my mustache, and it, like the day was fucking beautiful, right? And we're waiting for our family to come back from a walk because they're doing 75 hard. And I saw a guy like making food and had a couple beers. And I was like, can I give you $1 for a beer? He's like, you can just have it. I was like, awesome. He's like, to watch the sunset? I was like, yes. And so my wife and I and my son, we're just like sitting on the beach, watching the waves and just like experiencing the whole thing, drinking a beer as we're watching the sunset. Dude, that was magical.
Yeah.
Having a beer on the beach was so good. And it was a Corona, and he even gave me a lime.
Nice.
And I was just like, dude.
What a guy.
75 degrees, 0 humidity, just hot. It felt so good.
Yeah.
And I'm like letting the salt evaporate from my skin. You know, it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Joey's painting a picture right now.
I know.
And then a Bloody Mary, like you're on a bachelor party trip. And you're going out in the morning.
Course.
You're on a golf course.
Yeah.
You're starting it out. It's like a 9 a.m. tee time. It's not like too early.
Yep.
You're getting out. It's gorgeous out. No humidity. Get a Bloody Mary at the clubhouse. You're on the putting green, the chipping green, whatever. Get in the golf cart, and like the rumbling of the golf cart perfectly mixes the Bloody Mary.
Totally.
And then you're on that first tee box. Someone diffs it. You take a sip of yours. They take their mulligan. You're like, I got this.
Yeah.
Boom. Right down the fairway.
I don't like bloodies, but screwdriver.
Yeah.
On that scenario.
So for interesting, golf and I have got an interesting relationship.
Yes.
I've found that I play, like, I'll try to get as fast. I'll drink 4 beers as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I hit 4 or 5 beers and
You're
I can
lubed
keep
up.
that going,
Yeah.
like,
That's the best
I mean,
golf
it's
you're
a
gonna
difference
play.
between shooting like a low 80s or mid 70s. Like, it's like 7 or 8 strokes.
Oh,
Good
shit.
golfer?
You're a good golfer, Ben?
I used to be, but now
We're golfing with Ben.
Why are we golfing together?
I don't know. We should do this in a
We
golf
should.
cart. We
We're
should do like
golfing
the
together.
match. Like,
Yeah. We're like those guys right now. We're like, so
Yeah.
what are you doing tomorrow, bro?
Yeah. Hey, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'd golf for sure. I got.
All right.
Yeah.
We actually just did a golf challenge,
Yeah.
and
did a
I
yeah.
lost.
Oh.
So we gave Cal 10 strokes.
It was a hell of a start. But Joey plays like 3 times a week.
Oh, you do?
And I haven't been able to get out as much lately.
Mm.
And last year he kicked my ass. So I was like, dude, it's
beat
not
him
gonna
by
be good.
12
Joey's a
strokes.
really good golfer.
Yeah.
So
I can be good.
Yeah.
Am I consistent? No.
Yeah.
The anti-handicap is a little.
Yeah. Another place I always want to drink or a beer that I just feel like it's very appropriate if I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like pretty much no
1000.
matter when.
Yeah.
If I'm on a boat, I would for sure have a beer.
Airports too. I can't go to an airport. Like
Joey
I'll
loves having a beer at the
I'll-
airport.
Airport beers are
Yeah.
a must.
I'll sit there like I had a work trip in the morning. And it's like, yeah, I'll have the whatever for breakfast. I got a half hour before my flight or an hour, and it's like, yeah, give me a beer. And then it's like, do you want a small one or a tall one?
Tall.
Why even get the small
Tall.
one at that point?
Yeah, it's like I don't want any beer, but it's like I'm in an airport.
Yeah. Gotta have a beer in
So,
there. Yeah, Joey
yeah.
loves that too.
Big airport beer guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any others before we wrap?
Um,
And there are places you really want to have a beer? We can think about it. We should do it as a draft.
Well, no. Yes. So it's not just like one beer. If I go ice fishing, I have to get obliterated.
Bingo, dude.
I have to get obliterated.
That's because you're with your dad.
No, not even with Rob. No, I
Oh,
remember.
bud, no.
I remember I was living in North Minneapolis, and there's this little lake called
Yeah.
Ryan Lake off of Osseo Road,
Totally.
and there's like warm water springs running into the lake. So there's like
Yes.
signs everywhere of like where you can and can't walk. And I saw a bunch of guys going out there and just hammering crappies. I don't ice fish, so I go out there. I borrowed Cal's brother's hand auger, so and then
So
I augered
unsharp.
through the ice,
So
and I'm
dull.
like, oh no, this is only like 5 inches thick. Fuck it. And I grabbed a case and brought it out there. And then my roommate met me out there later that day, and he's like, holy shit, you drank 13 beers, dude. I'm like,
Ice
yeah,
fishing
I'm
all over
ice
again.
fishing, dude. And I've been out here
Yeah.
for 5 hours. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
how many fish have you caught? I'm like, 3. That's why I'm drinking so much. And he's like, oh my God.
When you're walking out to the spot, it's perfect.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Have to get obliterated.
Yeah. My boss put a jet ski in that lake on the ice.
On Ryan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, dude. Out riding around. Just doink. And he didn't get the full thing in, just front skis. So he's able to go and pull it out.
Wait, a jet ski or a sled?
Sled. My bad.
Yeah.
Snowmobile. You know what I meant. Yeah. Crazy.
That lake is a little scary, dude.
Sketch, dude. Warm Water Springs. Sketchy.
Oh yeah.
In
But
the middle of Minneapolis.
yeah. All right, Carl, let's get some outro music.
Ben, I feel like we could talk to you for hours.
Oh, it's
Oh,
always
yeah.
great. I love it.
Yep. Thanks for
Love
coming,
it.
dude.
Oh, for sure. Thanks for
You
having
down to
Appreciate
do
it.
that Sorix challenge with us?
me. Yeah. When just depending on when.
We'll figure it
Sometime
out.
before Game Fair, which is coming up. Guys, by the way, we have a booth coming up at Game Fair. We're going to be doing
Yes.
podcasts there, and we're going to set up some little merch drops while we're there as
Yep.
well.
Come see us. Come say hi. Go to Game Fair. Get a good deal on something.
Yep.
Okay. Ben, thanks again, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
boys. Always a pleasure.
it. One more thing, by the way.